This is a good place to interact, bounce ideas off of the community, as well as use it as a news feed as we're updating it throughout the day with different information as it crosses our news wires. We provide it to you. The path of least resistance has and is still higher, but tread lightly as you see a rally like this. There is risk of a pullback. And we often look for pullbacks to retrace breakout points, which puts us a little closer to 440. So something to keep a very close eye on. Manage your risk appropriately. If you're long and strong, good for you. Just be sure you're protecting the profits going forward.
I like things that are working and going higher and making new record highs. And one of those right here is Apple. I mean, Apple has set a new record high quietly today. It led the way yesterday on the news of President Trump signing the bill. So I'm going to stick with Apple, but also look into it and the fact that you get a stock split like we've seen here earlier this year. It really leads the way to gains of 20 to 30% over the next year. And that really gets close to aligning with what my target to the upside is over a little bit of intermediate to longer term.
And last night we got that news from Argentina that they're banning exports until the end of February, which I think was probably getting baked into the cake a little bit in the previous sessions, but really accelerating that momentum higher in today's session, working on our 14th consecutive close. This is extending the longest rally in data back to July 1959. So this is certainly unprecedented, and I'm sure will provide a lot of fireworks to start the new year as well.
Morgan, thank you for having me on here. Happy New Year. Listen, I've loved gold this year, loved it for a long time, and I love it going into 2021. In fact, if you bought gold December 23rd and you've held it through the end of January, you've made money 15 out of the last 17 years. This is a very seasonally bullish time of year, but there's much more than that. You have the dollar weakness, and in fact, the dollar index closed down 6.66% on the year as of yesterday's settlement price. I think commodities are going to have a great year in 2021. Gold's going to benefit. Technically, gold is right at a trend line from the August high, and it's trying to break out, comes in right about 1900. I think there's a great tailwind breaking out above there. I love silver. In fact, I think it's going to continue to outperform gold. I think it's outperformed gold about 48% this year gain relative to gold's 20 to 24%, so about twice as good. I think silver right now, silver's already broken out above that trend line actually from its August high, and in fact it's now using that trend line as support below, so it's building a really nice base.
The livestock sector as a whole, and including lean hogs, is one of the only sectors in all of the markets that really hasn't gotten that shot in the arm. We've seen multiple sectors trade up to new contract highs. We talked about it in the grain markets. We've seen it in the precious metal markets. We've seen it in stocks and even Bitcoin. But the livestock sector has yet to follow suit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen at the turn of the year in that first quarter. Now, obviously, February, you're going to be fighting against the clock a little bit, and that's why we like leaning on the deferreds for a little bit longer-term position out in April and June to the upside.
There's a 382 retracement coming into the 75 bucks. You got the technical support here at 220. This is a 382 retracement. Covered at the 382 retracement as well with Chewy. That's a big area. When a market is in a bull trend, it holds that 382 retracement on pullback. As well, you have the gap from the August 28th pre-earnings close. And as we diversify out a little bit, looking at Dow Incorporated, this has broken out above a trend line from where it was spun out. Still have some work to do there, but you're getting a 5% dividend in this stock too. Good technical tailwinds, but again, that 5% dividend is a great way to diversify right now as you're looking to add value to a portfolio. Strong Asian demand. There's a good fundamental story here behind this stock as well.